It's Al Capone, Al Capizzi. Oh boy, welcome to another edition of Memphis Rap History. Welcome to class, y'all. As you can see, this is pre-recorded because I'm on the road, so I couldn't do it live this week, but I had to make sure I had something for you. So this week, I'm going to show a throwback interview. This is around, I want to say around 2010 maybe, and it's with I said that wrong. It's with Drumma Boy. I was about to say Young Dolph, but you'll see Young Dolph hanging out in the studio. It was at a studio that I had downtown on Main Street, and I had a few different people come down to do an interview. So Young Dolph did an interview, and that's the one I've been telling y'all about. But he stayed and hung out as Drumma Boy did his interview. So this interview I'm showing today is going to be the interview with Drumma Boy. So kick back, relax, check out the interview. Also, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and also leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment. Let me talk to you. Talk to me so I can talk back. It's all love. I just want to make sure I keep giving y'all this good Memphis rap history. I'm not going to hold you no longer. Like I said, I'm on the road, but I still got you covered. So let's get right to the interview with Drumma Boy, a.k.a. his rap name, D-Boy Fresh.
Proud of business, Memphis, proud of business, it's Al Capone, Al Capizzi, Memphis, proud of business, Memphis, proud of business, Memphis, proud of business.
Now that chair more comfortable.
I look like I'm on the grind in this chair.
All right. Oh, you just want the studio rules behind you. Yeah. Strictly enforced. All right, let me know when you're going to go when I get it started.
I know.
Okay. All right, Drumma, we're going to start it off with you giving me your back. Hold on, we got to turn this off. So we'll start off with give me some background on, just background on yourself.
Man, background on me, born in the Haven, born and bred out of Memphis, came up popping the orchestra, mom in the opera, you know what I mean, orchestra background, jazz, rock, pop. Just being from the city of Memphis, like you getting all genres of music, so that's where I came with the gumbo music, you know what I mean, so to speak, like, because I feel like it's just a collage of a whole bunch of different things. Like gumbo, you don't know what's in it, you just know it's good, and it's addictive, so that's where I get the crack kill from. But I just come from a city of music. I come from a womb of music, you know what I mean? I still be having dreams of, you know what I'm saying, being in this black hole, you know what I mean, and not knowing where the music coming from. And it's crazy because my mama be like, man, I used to put my room up to the speakers and, man, honey, yeah, listen to Patti LaBelle or Aretha Franklin or Michael or whatever, you know what I mean? Luther Vandross, she had a whole lot of favorites, you know what I mean? So, and then the church, you know what I mean? Church, Baptist church, being in the choir, you know what I mean? It's like, all of that, you gotta be in music. It's just in my blood, so to speak.
Yeah. So, can you recollect when you first found yourself actually doing something physically in music?
Man, I was doing something physically in music probably like 3 or 4. I had a recorder in my hand, like my pop was teaching me to record. I was doing piano lessons, you know what I'm saying? I eventually graduated to clarinet, you know what I mean? Was in the band, made all West Tennessee bands. I've been, playing Beethoven, Mozart, Sibelius, you know what I mean? Like all of these different composers and being able to arrange and compose. But it was just boring. It was like being in that like too much or just knowing that so much. It was like I started rebelling, started getting up on my Player Fly, my 8-ball MJG, you know what I mean? One of the first songs I heard that ever made me want to even rap or make beats was Regulator, Warren G, you know what I mean? And I think I was like 11 when I heard that, you know what I mean? So that was like the movement of like hip hop. Okay, I'm going to take what I know from the orchestra, mix it with these streets, mix it with this gumbo, you know what I mean? From the blues to the jazz to all of the other rhythms that's going through my mind. You know what I mean? And then I just cook that crack.
That's crazy, man. The background is crazy. That's crazy, dude. You know what I'm saying? To be one of the top hip hop producers, to have that kind of background is fucking insane.
Man, I feel like what I've been doing so far just been like a hobby, just been like something that I'm doing and I'm having so much fun. The energy that I'm putting in is showing through the outcome, you know what I mean? But I feel like that's just 20% of like what's yet to come. Like I was just really making beats for fun and doing that and serving my friends and whoever had the loudest car system or whoever had the, you know what I'm saying, most expensive or, you know what I mean? The most knock in their trunk, you know what I mean? I was going after them. Yo, I got these BCDs, got these, you know what I mean? I got these bass tapes, you know what I mean? $10, $20, $15, $10, you know what I mean? Just from high school, taking over the high school market, because I came up in Black Haven, aka, you know what I'm saying, technically White Haven, that's what it's known as, and I moved from there like 12, you know what I mean, and moved to Cordova, which is like, when I moved there, it was like 80% white, you know what I'm saying, so it's just like a complete yin-yang, you know what I'm saying, so it was a complete way you know what I'm saying, make people laugh, like it's a different humor, you know what I'm saying, it's a different, you know what I'm saying, technology, it's a different way of thinking, it's a different entertainment, so that like took me from just speaking one way, which was, you know, hood and urban and slang and blase blah, you know what I'm saying, to okay, you know what I'm saying, presenting myself and, you know what I'm saying, being able to take a meeting or being able to present to corporate or being able to, you know, best of both worlds. So I mean that really changed my life. And then selling beats, we took over the whole high school market from Germantown to Collierville to Bartlett to Bolton, you know what I'm saying? They was playing my beats coming out at all the high school basketball games, you know what I mean?
When you said beats, you were selling CDs of beats. You talking about?
I was just making bass tapes.
There was no
like
lyrics at all.
No lyrics at all. Just.
Wow. And motherfucker was loving you.
Man, I was making at least 800 a week. You know what I'm saying? And this was like 14.
That's crazy.
15, you know what I'm saying? And then I had a little job at Just for Feet, you know what I'm saying? Was still getting off the shoes and, you know what I'm saying, getting my hustle on until I started playing ball. You know what I'm saying? I started playing basketball when I dropped the band. You know what I mean? Was on a you know what I'm saying, freshman team and went on from freshman 4 years straight. You know what I mean? We went to state last year. You know what I mean? Had D1, D2 scholarships, you know what I'm saying? University of Arkansas with Nolan Richardson, Western Kentucky, you know what I mean? University of Memphis, you know what I mean? Like, it was a couple options. I was like, I was getting so much bread in high school, and I didn't really feel like listening to no coach. And I wasn't trying to put my energy into basketball like that. I was like, man, my chances of me making it to the NBA as opposed to me being the #1 producer is like, I'm finna go with this, you know what I'm saying? And then I even put the rap, like I was rapping before I was even making beats, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, just a chain of like, let me learn life, let me go through and see all the things I need to see, let me observe all of the things in life that I need to observe and then spit on that, you know what I mean? So it's time now.
Yeah, about your parents being from the musical background that they was from, when you first started doing, when did they take notice that you was going into the hip hop realm, and when did they realize that you was really doing good for yourself with it? Because I can only imagine, coming from that kind of musical background, a lot of times hip hop from that era of music, hip hop is not really considered music.
Exactly.
So
I mean, from my pop standpoint, he didn't even know I was making beats. Like, I didn't even tell him nothing. So he used to always ask me, like, man, what do you do in your spare time? What are you doing? Because my parents was divorced when they had me. So, you know what I'm saying, my pop stayed in the Mound. My mom was in the Haven. So, you know what I'm saying, I would see Pops on the weekend, you know what I mean? And he would always ask me, like, man, what do you be doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'd be like, you know what I'm saying, in a room, I'd be quiet, or, you know what I'm saying, I'm always like, you know what I mean, just working on the keyboard, or I'd be in the street, or, you know, doing my thing, whatever. But that's when I'm at my mama crib, so he ain't really seeing all of that. When I'm at his spot, you know, he trying to, you know, educate. My grandfather was a principal, you know what I mean? He a professor at the University of Memphis, teach clarinet, so he was, you know, SAT tutors and all of the ACT, you know what I mean, programs and rhythm programs and all of that, you know what I mean? So it was like, you know, I would have to put in 2-3 hours of clarinet or you know what I'm saying, reading music before I could go shoot hoops. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like an ultimatum. You know what I mean? He would always keep me on my feet. But, I mean, Pops, then he didn't even know I was making beats to 18.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And my mom, she was supporting the movement the whole way. My mom, my grandfather, pretty much all the rest of, my family was supportive. But, she bought me my first keyboard. You know what I mean? She financed it, put it on like this little 3-year, 4-year program.
What keyboard was it?
It was a Roland XP50 workstation. You know what I'm saying? First keyboard. So when I got that joint, that was where all of the bass tapes and all of that came from. And I paid her back probably like a year or two later, got an MPC, started getting a couple other pieces of equipment and just expanded. You know what I'm saying?
So again, what, I know you said your dad didn't know until 18, so you say your mom pretty much supported it. Was it ever any kind of thought of, you got this multi amount of talent in all these different fields of music? Was it ever any kind of like, why are you wasting your time doing hip hop?
I mean, Pops, like when I first told him I was making beats, he thought it was a joke, you know what I'm saying? He was like, man, blase blah, you ain't really gonna make it, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, it's all good. You don't really know how heavy. At that point at 18, I had already placed Tila. 3 tracks, I had been paid, $2,500 per track. I was $7,500.
So he telling you this at this point in time.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't grossed almost over 100,000 at this point, even at 16. You know what I'm saying? So by the time like 17, 18, it was like, 200-300 I done seen, whatever. And I'm like, not bragging or boasting, because it wasn't even about the money, but like, man, I'm making almost triple your salary, you know what I'm saying? And you tripping off for something I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Number one.
Probably because he didn't know.
Number two, not to degrade anything about, you know what I'm saying, musicians, because I am a musician. I would love to be in the orchestra. I could have been in the Youth Symphony Orchestra and worked my way up to the Memphis Symphony Orchestra and all of that. But to me, it's just boring spending the rest of my life playing somebody else's music. Like, you just reading Mozart and playing it, which is beautiful, like, you know what I'm saying? But how many times, like, I listened to my dad complain about how many times he done played a piece. Like, man, I know this like the back of my hand. Like, he could play it in his sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you done played this piece like 8, 9, 10 times, but he always expresses his passion for being able to write music. And that's what I was explaining to him from the beginning. Like, I'm writing my own music. Like, it's a whole crowd of 20, 30,000 people out there that's moving and dancing and breaking their neck to something I wrote. You know what I'm saying? So that was the kick. That was the, you know what I'm saying, the fun for me. And he eventually began to understand that. And now we like super cool. But what made us actually super cool, I went to University of Memphis, you know what I'm saying, freshman year. I had a scholarship, all of that, cool. Sophomore year, you know what I mean, I'm in and out of class, you know what I mean. I was really starting to fail because of my attendance. Like, the grades and the work was so easy. Like, I'd already done this music theory. I was going to school for music business, you know what I mean. Pretty much been studying business all my life, got that from my mom, you know what I'm saying. So I'm in class really like, I'm wasting my time. My phone ringing, my phone blowing up, you know what I'm saying. I got 10,000 over here, 5,000 over here. I got this need to be done, this need to be done. I got a business going on, you know what I'm saying. So eventually, he calling me, how school going on? It's cool, I ain't been in school a week. You know what I'm saying? Sophomore year, we'll make it through that. Like, my junior year, they kicked me out for inattendance. You know what I'm saying? He's still thinking I'm in school. This is like when I'm like, I think 20 or something. You know what I mean? I got Boys in the Hood going on. I got Gotti. You know what I'm saying? The That's What's Up, all of that going on, you know what I'm saying? It's just all of these records. I think I just did White Girl. And he like, he finally, he a professor at the university, so he cool with the dean.
You said White Girl, you talking about Jeezy?
Yeah.
That's so ironic.
So,
it was one of Dolph's first, if I remember correctly from Dolph's interview, I think that was one of his first records that he actually did his first rap on.
That's
which created his people that said he need to do a mixtape. So that's crazy. But anyway, go ahead and finish what you're saying.
No, I was just saying, so he found out, basically, long story short, he found out that I had been, you know what I'm saying, kicked out, suspended for 6 months or whatever, and I was basically in Atlanta, like, okay, cool. I was happy I was kicked out, because I'm like, okay, now I'm free. I'm finna really go and put 100% behind myself. You know what I'm saying? He found out about it or whatever. We had a meeting, man, and he basically, like, just... If you was a kid and you looked up to your dad, he basically like shattered every dream I had as far as towards music. Like, man, you not gonna be successful. This, that, and the third. I don't know why you wasting your time. You ain't da 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 da. You need to go to school. This da 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 da. You know what I mean? So I mean, for your pop to tell you that, like, you know what I mean? I'm like so furious. You know how you get so mad, you just tears just coming down. You just like. Man, and I just went off like, man, I'm finna show you this and I'm gonna show you that and blah, 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 and woo, just watch, you know what I mean? So then he like, okay, you can pump your nuts, you bad and you know, bold, and woo, I'm glad to see the dog barking, all he talking, you know what I mean? So he like, since you so big and bad, you know, and you making money, I want to see 100,000 in your bank account. You know what I'm saying? Within the next, you know what I'm saying, year, like in my bank account. You know what I'm saying? Not talking about I had this, not talking about this, da 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 da. Like, I like, okay, you know what I mean? About 8 months later, took him a statement, and he just bust out laughing, just was tripping. You know what I'm saying? Cause it was like double that. You know what I'm saying? It was just crazy to be able to like do that. And right after that, I played standing ovation. You know what I'm saying? Got a pub situation. The Jeezy first album, 3 million. You know what I'm saying? Multi-platinum behind the name now. You know what I'm saying? And it was just on from there. You know what I mean? And definitely with the dedication and the hard work, the grind, the work ethic, it's an unstoppable movement, man.
Man, that's a beautiful story, dude. Just you know what I'm saying? The whole story is lovely. All right, let's go back to producing. When you was doing the bass tapes that you was doing, who were some of the premier producers? Or were you familiar with some of the premier producers in Memphis at the time? And who were they?
Yeah, like for sure. Premier producers I was seeing was like Slice T, cause you know what I'm saying, my older brother Insane came up with Jazzy Face, Slice T. You know what I mean? A lot of Memphis, everybody in Memphis know. You know what I mean? My brother Insane and Jazzy Faye, like them two dudes. Jazzy was already in Atlanta doing his thing. Of course, you know, cats was looking up to him. Every time we come in the club, he taking us to the club. I mean, every time we come in Atlanta, he taking us to the club, popping bottles and just, you know, welcome to Atlanta, man, whatever y'all need, man, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Jazzy was definitely probably on the biggest level. But even Carlos Brody, like I remember when he did the India Irie track, I'm Not the Average Chick in your video, like, you know what I mean? He had a lot of things going on, the joint with Big and Eminem, like, we was just looking at him like, man, you know, he got some crazy shit, he got some dope stuff, you know what I mean? Of course, DJ Paul, Juicy, they was killing the radio waves, and you know what I mean? That was like the whole crunk trigger, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean...
But back to the sound.
Yeah, I mean, to the Memphis sound, like we crunk, like we you know, we got like a certain lingo or a certain slang, like, you know what I'm saying? Even the main, if you listen, the main has picked up so tremendously. You hear everybody saying main now, you know what I'm saying? From NO to New York to Miami to LA, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of little places I be hearing folks, man, you tripping. I'm like, woo, what? And it's in LA, you know what I'm saying? Or it might be in New York, like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the way we say that, man, you know what I mean? Like, it's just certain lingo about Memphis and our sound that's just, you know it when you hear it. Like, you know what I mean? It's hard to explain, and that's what make us us. You know what I'm saying?
But at what point did you feel like, God damn, I got him? The industry, like, I got him. How much was going on where you were like, what was that moment you was like, I got these motherfuckers?
I mean, I felt like that, honestly, when I was 15, man.
Wow.
And I seen my first show, like I had produced this group called Trill. And they all from like Bolton, and you know what I'm saying, we call it the land. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying, my boy Bo, my boy Arthur Sidney, we call him AKA Pooh, my boy Travis, I can't even remember it. Taterhead, you know what I'm saying? All of them boys, you know what I mean? Drizzle. And, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, Bolton know where they at. Y'all know where Bolton at, man. You know what I mean? I ain't got to explain it. Out past Millington. But I did a whole album on these dudes, you know what I'm saying? Produced all of the tracks from that Roland XP50. You know what I'm saying? Produced every track. I'm rapping on a couple of the tracks. You know what I'm saying? We put the joint out, and we did this show at the Wimbledon Complex. You know where the complex is, right there by Sycamore View.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We threw a party for the land. You know what I'm saying? That's what we call the little area. You know what I'm saying? The land party. Man, probably about 600-700 people came out to that joint. Everybody from Bolton, few people from Bartlett, you know what I'm saying, Millington. Man, we performed. The group performed. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple songs. We had the DJ perform the whole album. And just seeing the crowd, man, like everybody knew word for word. Like I'm talking about Jill.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was like, that's when I knew. I was like, man. Like that's what started the whole, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Thought process.
And it was a rap, like, you know what I'm saying? I even remember
nothing
meeting
stopping
with
you
this
after
dude, meeting with Montel, you know what I'm saying, on tracks coming through there, like, you know what I'm saying?
How old were
All
you
from that
then?
same keyboard,
How old
XP50.
do you remember how old you were then? Because I don't. How old
Man,
were you
15.
then? You were 15 when me and T-Mac
I
came out to your
had a
house?
hardship license, so I was driving, you know what I'm saying, and coming all the way back to the Haven, just supporting where I come from, you know what I'm saying? I'm stuck out here in Cordova, but I was coming back to the Haven every chance I get, like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Trust.
I didn't know that. That's heavy.
All right, so for upcoming producers, what do they need to know that really craft their sound from when somebody presents their beats and it sound kind of crappy, but you hear the vibe from somebody that give you beats and it sounds like quality?
I mean, it's just all on the ear. You know what I mean? I done heard people make some real basic sound great, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't really all about like particular equipment. Like I done had beat machine and a CD burner. That's it. I don't even got no keyboard, and I'm making it twerk. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, man, what did you mix that with, man? What did you do? You know what I'm saying? So it's really on
straight
the
to the CD.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm straight to the CD. No nothing. No equalizer. No amped up. No SSL. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just plain and simple. You know what I mean? So it's really on your ear and just your levels. Like, I mean, you can test it, you know. I used to test my music and like, okay, let me keep the levels like this, print it. Put it on CD, go listen to it in the car. Ooh, man, but that part could be a little louder. Like, if it don't sound to you good on the headphones or if it don't sound to you good in the car, them two places, it ain't gonna keep playing, you know, fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what's up. I know a lot of guys would love to hear that because you hear the stories of the big studio and
Yeah, you gotta have this and you gotta have that.
Yeah.
Man. It's all you need is this right here.
Trust.
Straight up.
All right, so we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. What's your next phase right now?
Man, we got the whole Drum Squad movement, you know what I mean? I got a project dropping 8/11, Birth of D-Boy Fresh. I got another project with DJ Paul dropping called Clash of the Titans. You know what I'm saying? We just working, man, you know what I'm saying? We got Gangsta Boo, we got Allen Baby, we got Degree, we got Behave, you know what I'm saying? Young Dolph, you know what I'm saying? Young Buck. A lot of projects that we just, you know what I'm saying, making sure they A1, you know what I'm saying? We got another little cat out of PA, Port Arthur, Texas, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Fiend, you know what I'm saying? We working, man. We got an R&B chick we working on, Gail, you know what I'm saying? AKA Scotty, you know what I'm saying? We got Leaf from the Welcome to Dreamland show, you know what I'm saying? We been working on some crazy material with her. She got a couple of hooks about the place. So, you know what I mean? I'm making a different impact on the R&B scene, different genres of music, definitely focusing on number ones in the R&B, the rock, the pop side, and being a little bit more verbal, man. You know
So that's the reason why That's where the rapping part come from.
That's where the rapping come from. I mean, just this interview right here alone has been spoken word. It's information out of my brain into your ears that you interpreting on who I am and what I represent. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing I do through music. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say AKA D-Boy Fresh. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what you hear from me verbally. Like right now, you talking to D-Boy Fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like Drumma Boy is what you hear musically. Like I can think about music, but then I can think about a whole bunch of thoughts too. But the only way you're gonna hear them thoughts is if I rap or if you interview me. You know what I'm saying?
Trust. So what about Memphis? Where do you see Memphis now?
Man, I see Memphis on the up. I see Memphis on the come up. You know what I'm saying? I see us as the underdogs. You know what I'm saying? We've been underdogs for a minute. You know what I'm saying? We've been, you know, overlooked by VH1 hip hop honors. You know what I'm saying? They honored the South. Ain't even say nothing about Memphis. You know what I mean? We got cats down here that won Oscars, that won all of these, you know, platinum
Critics'
awards.
Choice Awards.
You know what I'm saying? No, straight up. For real. So, you know what I mean? For me to see that and then to see myself on the news, like the news, it really tripped me out when I seen the news, Channel 3, Channel 5, Channel 10, Channel 13, all of these news stations bringing up just how furious they were, and then just bringing up, you know, people like DJ Paul, people like Yo Gotti, people like Drumma Boy, you know what I'm saying, not mentioned, and just for them to even include me was like, wow, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, it was big, and then it just, I don't know, it's just a lot of motivation, you know what I'm saying, for the city, the basketball movement, you know what I'm saying, with the Grizzlies, you know what I'm saying, it's just been a lot of upbringing for the city, and for the first time ever since, you know, contribution of the mixtape I dropped, 2009, Welcome to My City, you know what I'm saying, it was like a first unit, it was like, you know what I'm saying, one of the pieces of unification in the city that you done seen in a long time, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I also had to commend DJ Paul, 8Ball, MJG for, you know, finally getting together and coming together, one of Memphis' biggest records on the hip hop scene, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to Young Buck, he was on the record too, but it just take more unification. That's what the whole Welcome to My City movement was about. We got volume 2 on the way, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of goodies, man. Drum-squad.com, that's how you keep up.
All right.
That's why I'm about to ask you wanted to tell me how to get in touch with you, but you already
Yeah,
told me.
Al Capone, Al Capizzi, Al the Freezing,
Oh,
man.
boy.
M-Town legend, man, for all those who don't know, man, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Mean a lot to the city, mean a lot to the community, to the kids, you know what I mean? To the generations like me and such, all the 80 babies, you know what I mean? And 90 babies, man, you know what I mean? Y'all need to get y'all game right, you know what I mean? Al Capizzi, Player Fleazy, 3C's Mafia, Gangsta Black,
Gangsta
Project Pack, Gangsta Pack, DJ Spanish Fly, I see you, DJ Zerk, SMK, you know what I'm saying, Insane, Wayne, Jazzy, Faye, Carlos, Brody,
Pretty
Slice T, Pretty Tony, you know what I'm saying, boy, I'm talking, it's a lot of legendary dudes, man, can't forget 8Ball MJ.
Oh, most
man,
definitely. They out from there.
You know what I mean, what up, Duke? You know what I'm saying? What up, Paul? What up, Juice, man? You know what I mean? It's love, man. The whole city. Gotti. You know what I mean? What up, my G? Zilla. You know what I mean? Of course, the squad, Gangsta Boo, Degree, Lionheart, Super J. You know what I mean? We got a movement, man. New beginning, man. It's beneficial. We stay on that grizzy, man.
And there you have it, man. A throwback interview with Drumma Boy, a.k.a. D-Boy Fresh, at my old studio that was downtown on Main Street. I hope y'all enjoyed that interview. Again, it was around 2010, I want to say, because I heard him mention 2009 at some point. So it could have been 2009, but I think it was around 2010. I always think it's around 2011, but it's somewhere up in that time period. Early interview. Again, I got one. Be on the lookout for the Young Dolph interview. I also got an interview, cool interview with Frazier Boy, Lil White. Yeah, more good stuff, man. And those are throwback interviews. Of course, I'm going to have new interviews coming as well, but hope you enjoyed it. Please like if you hadn't liked it yet. Like the video. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit the notification bell so you can hear about and know about whatever I got coming up. Let's see, what else I need to tell you? Man, I think I'm going to end it right there, man. Listen, I'm going to get back with you. I should be back for the next show, and hopefully I'll be able to go live. Right now I'm on the road, and boy, when I tell y'all where I am, it's cool as hell. You dig? I ain't gonna say it now, but you're gonna find out. It's Al Capone, Al Capeezy, oh boy. I'm gonna end it with that good theme music, and it goes a little something like these. Hey, hey.
It's Al Capone, Al Capeezy, oh boy. Memphis pride of Memphis business. Memphis pride of Memphis business.
I'm out there, y'all, man. Oh boy. Class is dismissed.